Hi, Diamante. How you doing? So, logo looks fantastic, and actually, I think the presentation right now is good, and your graphics look fantastic. Presentation looks very, very good. But I have some suggestions. I think they can make it even better. Okay, so we start out with save the trees, spread the seeds, and you have this nice introduction. That's fantastic. Then you jump into your brainstorming. The only thing I recommend is that you're introducing deforestation proper, but you're not introducing the project. So you say, okay, here's the issue, here's introduction, and here's the issue. Then you just jump into brainstorming. So instead of that, say, here's the introduction and the issue. Then describe what the trade show is, or what exactly you're doing here. What is your objective? Who are you designing for? What are you designing? And what is the intent of the project? And I think that a lot of those are addressed correctly or effectively in the a design narrative that was covered back in week 5. So the creative brief, as it were. So take a look at that and try to maybe consider including that in your final presentation. So you go to your brainstorming sketches. That's great. These are preliminary of the 3D giveaway as well as the booth. I think it would be better to show your preliminary ideas for your 3D giveaway separately. Show the sketches, describe them. Then on the next page, show your sketches for the booth, describe the sketches. This is all still in the preliminary brainstorming idea. And then as well as for your information collateral. So you have your 3D giveaway, your information collateral, and your booth design all being shown in the brainstorming sketch stage. You have your original booth idea, your original giveaway item, and your original collateral design. And again, why not separate these out into 3 different sections so we don't have so much to try to really take in here on one page. I think that would make sense. Then you have your second design. So in your second design, you could go original booth design, then you could go to your second booth design and do it like that. I think it would be a lot easier to follow. Then you have your third design, your final design. That's fantastic. Here you have your description of your final designs. That's fabulous. Good job there. The one thing I want to describe, though, is this is a 2-sided informational piece, right? So when you see this isn't a production file, and this is probably the main thing I think is the issue with your presentation. This and the fact that you haven't shown your credits. So you absolutely have to show your credits page. In this project, and this is not a production file. This is basically you're showing your bleed area, but then you have your trim line. But why would your trim line be closer to the graphics than your bleed line? Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, your bleed line should be pulled out. Your ink should go all the way to your bleed line. Then your trim line cuts inside the bleed line. So actually, this is right bleed line, trim line, but you need to pull your bleed all the way to the bleed line. Also, in a production file, each one of these would have its own. You would have your own file, and they would print it back to back. So you wouldn't print it like this, because there's no way you could take this file and get this on the back of that. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. So and then please do not forget your image credits, well, actually all your research credits. Okay, and if you want to see a couple of really fantastic examples of work, a couple of your classmates have been working very, very hard, and I've been using these. Take a look at Stephanie's. Take a look at the creative brief, how she starts, and take a look at Fresha's. And Fresh is the same thing. She starts the information by the introduction, by not just introducing it, but telling who the client is, what the client information is, what the project information is, project target market, project effect, project purpose, most important things, requirements, etc., etc., etc. So it's really, really a very complete presentation, and I think Stephanie's is as well. So take a look at those, and maybe you might get some ideas on presentational process there. Not that there's nothing wrong with yours. I just think it could be a little bit more complete. All right. Any questions at all, please feel free to give me a holler. Okay. Thank you very much.